So I went to The Big Short the other day. One, it's a good movie with some really good acting, and two, your mind will be blown, and that's even if you're in the mortgage or real estate industry. Now, you guys know that I read a ton, I research a ton, and I educate and inform, and basically, yeah, I'm entrenched into this crazy industry, and even with all that I know and all that I've read, this movie blew my mind. We think we know what happened, but the guy on the street buying a McMansion using a stated income loan is literally just the very tip of the iceberg of what went wrong. The depths and the layers of greed and complexity behind the housing crisis is astonishing. I mean, really, these guys were the Rembrandts and the Picassos of the housing crisis, and nobody knew it, and still very few people can grasp it. The world just blames the originator on the street for giving a guy a loan that he couldn't afford, and it's not it at all. I mean, not at all. You have to go watch it. It's crazy. Okay, enough said about The Big Short, but it did get me reminiscing about the housing crisis. So I started looking back and reviewing not what happened because we know what happened, but I started reviewing how we've recovered and started crunching the numbers. This is pretty interesting. Take a look. Best places to have purchased a home at market bottom were, oddly enough, San Jose, San Francisco, Denver, Seattle, and Anaheim. Doesn't make sense? Hold on, it will. Now, the worst places were Albuquerque, Gary, Indiana, Silver Springs, Camden, and Syracuse. Now, this is how we quantified that. Unemployment rate plus vacancy rates plus wages plus home values plus job growth equals overall ranking. So a pretty well-rounded equation, not just based off of home values. Now, if we dive deeper into that, Denver was best when it comes to job growth, and Albuquerque was the worst. Denver also crushes it when it comes to changes in home prices, and again, Albuquerque was the worst by a long shot. Now, here's a list of the top 10 places to own since the housing bottom. Obviously, the big driving factors are the huge changes in unemployment rates. A 45% swing is huge, and obviously people going back to work is a good thing for the local and national economy. You can see a direct correlation to the home values. Take a look. San Jose saw a negative 45% change in unemployment, and wouldn't you know it, home values went up also about 45%. Now, Seattle, my hometown, go Hawks, saw a negative 41% change in unemployment, and our values modestly increased at 28%. And I'll tell you some insider info because I live here, they're about to skyrocket even more. Now, on the flip side of that is the worst places to own, and of course their changes in unemployment were not as good. Albuquerque was statistically the worst place to own, and the unemployment change was only 17%, and values actually continued to drop there. Poor guys over there in New Mexico. Sorry guys, we don't mean to pick on you, but the stats are the stats. So anyways, pretty interesting look back at the recovery if you ask me. If you're in one of the best cities, you may want to share or repost this. If you're located in one of the worst cities, you may want to think about moving to one of the best cities. I kid, things will turn around for us all. Go see The Big Short, awesome movie. I hope you enjoyed our look back. Now get back to work before your boss sees you watching some crazy web show with some nerdy looking host, and I'll see you guys next week.
It's just me, myself, and I. Solo ride until I die. Cause I got me for life.
Got me for life.
Woo,
Yeah.
I don't need a hand to hold. Even when the night is cold, I got that fire in my soul.